Coming from the Associated Press, none dead and 17 injured in Delta jet crash in Toronto, airport officials say. A Delta airline plane flipped upon arrival at Toronto's Pearson Airport and ended up on its roof Monday, injuring 17 people. The airport confirmed on X that an incident occurred with the Delta flight from Minneapolis and that 76 passengers and 4 crew are accounted for. The accident happened at about 2:15 p.m. and flights at the airport, which handles more passengers than any other Canadian airport, were grounded for around 2.5 hours. 2 runways will remain closed during the investigation. We are very grateful there was no loss of life and relatively minor injuries, Deborah Flint, CEO of Greater Toronto Airports Authority, told reporters. There were some people taken for intensive care that they had pretty severe injuries. Most of what's being reported as minor injuries, it's being reported also that it's because of the cold. Also keep in mind, Canada has a long-standing history of being able to handle situations like this very well and avoiding the loss of life. The number of people injured was down from early reports from paramedics that 19 were hurt. Video from the scene shows the Mitsubishi CRJ 900 LR upside down on the snowy tarmac as emergency workers hose it down. The plane was somewhat obscured by snow from a winter storm that hit Toronto over the weekend. Ange Air Ambulance said it was transporting 1 pediatric patient to Toronto Sick Kids Hospital and 2 injured adults to other hospitals in the city. Emergency teams are responding, the airport said in a post on the social media platform X. All passengers and crew are accounted for. Tower controllers were heard speaking with the crew of a medical helicopter that had just left Pearson and was returning to help with the crash. The plane came to a rest at the intersection of runways 23 and 15L, the controller said. That's not far from the start of the runway. Just so you're aware, there's people outside walking around the aircraft there, the tower controller said. Yeah, we've got it. The aircraft is upside down and burning, the medical helicopter pilot responded. It is too early to say what caused the plane to flip, but weather may have played a factor. According to the Meteorological Service of Canada, the airport was experiencing blowing snow and winds of 32 miles per hour, gusting to 40 miles per hour. The temperature was about 16.5 degrees Fahrenheit, minus 8.6 degrees Celsius. It's very rare to see something like this, said John Cox, CEO of aviation safety consulting firm Safety Operating Systems in St. Petersburg, Florida. We've seen a couple of cases of takeoffs where airplanes have ended up inverted, but it's pretty rare. The audio recording from the tower at Toronto Pearson International Airport shows the flight was cleared to land at about 2:10 p.m. local time. The tower warns the pilots of a possible airflow bump in the glide path as the plane comes into land. It sounds to me like a controller trying to be helpful, meaning the wind is going to give you a bumpy ride coming down, that you're going to be up and down through the glide path, Cox said. Cox, who flew for U.S. Air for 25 years and has worked on NTSB investigations, said the CRJ-900 aircraft is a proven aircraft that's been in service for decades and does a good job of handling inclement weather.